Alright, hello again. This is day 1 and day 2 of the rebuild of the train room. The partition wall has came down. We have completely, well I say completely, we have replaced a couple of the baseboards. We have, I'd about to say tidied up. We kind of have. We've been organising, I guess is the right term. We have been doing our best to make it work. Yeah, it's work in progress. It's a work in progress, is what it really is. It is coming along. A couple more days. I'm taking the weekend off. I'm just going to chill out and then get back to it next weekend. Next weekend? Lost track. Getting back to it come Monday. I'm at the hospital Wednesday. So yeah, Wednesday will be a no-go. But Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, I plan to get back down there. And I will make short videos like the ones you're about to witness or see. And yeah, just give you small updates. I have decided, instead of the L shape going along the back wall and then along the windows, you'll know when you get there, but instead of doing it that way, I'm now going across and back down the, I guess the opposite wall. There are no windows, but I'd get a much larger and longer stretch to build on, where I've got the windows and the door to the room to be considered on the right side. Let's say on the left side the wall is completely blank. There's no door, there's no windows, there's nothing to be avoided or worked around, maneuvered around. What I plan to do is leave a small gap around the back so that you can, in theory, if there was to be a derailment or you wanted to do any maintenance or any more building aspects, you will be able to slide down the back and get to wherever you want from both sides of the board. So yes, it's going along that far wall, but it's not going to be consuming the entire space it has, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make it accessible, is a good term. So yeah, with some more work, it should come along. The idea, looking at the board as well as the size we're now gaining, I'm hoping to still do the Cardiff section, this Newport fiddle yard, the steelworks, not Newport, it's Port Talbot, isn't it? I'm still planning to do that. Might be a downscale big size, it might just be a few points and some sidings, but if I can, I'm going to squeeze in a fiddle yard if I can. I should be able to, looking at the size we've now gained, having no doorway to consider, all of that lot. So I should have a lot more space. Carmarthen will be on the corner as planned. I plan to juggle the geography. I'd like to incorporate a beach scene, only because I'm a big fan of Poppet Sands down in Cardigan, but Cardigan itself will not be incorporated into the world that I'm building, but the beach will. There's a small cafe there and I love it, and I just want to have that little building, just this little cafe sitting on a beach. I think would be awesome. If I've got the space, I will incorporate it. After that, it's going to be all the coloured houses of Aberystwyth leading to the Aberystwyth station closest to the window. Once again, we're still looking at the plans for that, because we want to bring the lines round and then back, so that forms a loop. But of course Aberystwyth station ends as a terminus, so yeah, we don't know how to work that yet. We've not quite decided how we're going to branch off the main line to the terminus station. Obviously bring in a point system, but to make it look right, yeah, is another matter. So yeah, that's still up for a debate of how to do how to tackle it. I was going to say something else. Yes, I knew what I was going to say. If you look at Cardiff Central Station now, okay, it's getting a revamp. Apparently, there's 120 odd million pounds going into a complete revamp of Cardiff Central. But right now, as it stands, 4 lines actually go directly through the central station. You've got a couple on the sides, but in the middle of that station is 4 main lines. You've obviously got 2 that are adjacent to platforms, and then 2 direct lines that bypass the station completely. Now I plan to incorporate all 4 main lines running through that station, and then have the 2 separate lines on either side, as well as some sidings. But here's my little trick about that. I'm going to run only 2 lines around the entire baseboard as a loop, but doubling back on themselves would make those 4 lines going through the centre. So that's what I plan to do. I plan to have only 2 lines going around the baseboard, but coming into the 4 lines in total running through the station. Another thing I plan to do, because there are multiple lines in Cardiff Central, I plan to have a wait, an end-to-end. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of a rip track, but no, end-to-end. So this end-to-end station will start in Cardiff Central and lead to Carmarthen. So I will get some sort of double-ended unit that can operate back and forth from Cardiff to Carmarthen. It will not do the lap of the board, it will just be A to B and then back to A. I plan to add, looking at the geography and where the location is going, if you know Carmarthen like I do, the station, the Carmarthen station is a terminus. There is a road bridge above that though, and then of course you turn off to go down to the station. I plan to add that bridge and the gas station that sits on the bridge. I think anyone that knows Carmarthen will know exactly what I'm speaking of. I do plan to have that actually in the model, and then there's also, I believe it's an old castle on the other side of that bridge where you get to the T-junction and you can go up the hill to the university or round off up to the roundabout. I plan to add that castle maybe in the background. It will cover the main line, so the main line will go under it and be completely out of sight, but I think people that know Carmarthen won't recognise that, and hopefully like it. If I can build it how I want to. Luckily my uncle has a builds things out of plastic. He has a factory that manufactures things in plastic. I'm going to see if I can get him to, or if I can maybe make some sort of agreement with him, commission him to assemble or make these buildings for me. Call it a way of cutting a corner, but also making it look fairly accurate. We will see, because if he can do one, he can maybe make a few other unique and iconic buildings here in Wales. Another thing that occurred to me is I wanted to add bridges and rivers and stuff like that. Doing it all on one level baseboard won't work out that way. I will have to elevate areas. Doesn't always work well on a model railway. The elevation can make the trains struggle on the incline, and yeah, it's whether or not I can make that work. Even if it goes up just the size of a baton, isn't it, would be helpful. But we will see. I will build it and just go from there. If we can make the elevation work, I will incorporate bridges. If not, I will leave them out. I haven't decided. I was thinking of adding some coal mines or some slate industry or something, some other industry that can work out in the countryside, but it all comes down to the size and what's taking up on the board. You know, it's a big project. I want a lot. I'm quite ambitious with it. I want to incorporate so much that, is it just going to be too overwhelming? Is there going to be too much going on? So yeah, I'm just going to focus now on getting the track down. For the time being, we've only got half the board built. Yeah, we've only got half the board built, so it will be end to end with a sort of loop. I could connect it, I guess, up and form a loop. But yeah, at the moment it's going to be Carmarthen to Aberystwyth, simply that. And then later down the line we will build the extension, the Fiddle Yard and Cardiff. I was looking at getting the Hornby terminus station and modifying it, but a better look at Aberystwyth terminus. They have quite a unique roof and glass panel that I really like, and I want to try and recreate that, as well as the Hornby terminus station. The canopy that goes over the top of the Hornby terminus is completely enclosed, where if you go to Aberystwyth, at least the last time I was there, they don't have an entirely enclosed terminus. They have just a sort of shelter at a not 90-degree, yeah, maybe a 90-degree angle. With like, yeah, they've only got the platforms covered basically. They do not have the rail line covered with a full canopy. But I do like what they've done, and I want to try and recreate that, even if it means scratch building it, kit bashing it together. I don't know, but try and recreate the station. Maybe not the building, but the station. Get that window built. This, I don't know how. I don't even know what shape you would consider it. It's not a triangle, but there is this large glass window that I want to try and replicate. So yeah, I might not get the Hornby Terminus station. There's always been a plan to get it ever since I was like yay high, but reality's kicked in and it's a bit like, it's great, Hornby make everything for everything, but it's not quite what I want. So yeah, I'm going to leave it. I've waffled on long enough. Let's show you day one. As you can see, it looks a mess until voila. The partition wall is gone, the framework has been taken apart, only one baseboard remains in the far corner there. Yeah, we have been busy. We've been down there for 2 days. This was only the first day as well. We got quite a lot done, really. So yeah. This side here is where I want the Cardiff and fiddle yard of Port Talbot to be. Running into the corner here is where Carmarthen will be built up, and then scenic all along the side here, all the way to the Aberystwyth terminus station here. Okay, that was day one. This is day two. We have gone back in and obviously got more done, as you will see. I apologise for how dark it got. I was down there quite late and, excuse me, yeah, I was down there quite late and didn't really keep track of the time and also the daylight coming through the windows. And at the moment, until I can get better lighting, the lighting is a bit limited. But you get the idea. From day one to suddenly day two, yeah, a lot's changed. Kind of. Don't get your hopes up. But yeah, take a look at the video. I will try and keep you updated with these little segments. I know they're only a minute long, but they give you an idea of the process. I could record myself as we're doing progress, as we're working. It seems a bit pointless. It would be just stop and start. There'd be so much editing. You know, we go from building to suddenly tidying up to organising. I could do that. I just won't waste your time. It will be like before and after. Yeah. Unless for some reason we know we're going to be working on one location for a set amount of time. I might. For instance, my dad said, why don't I paint the walls instead of having the wood colour? Go with a magnolia grey, something cloud-like to, you know, even though I'm going to have a back scene, but have that, you know, behind, you know, a painted background. Can't hurt. So I'll probably do that. And in which case, yeah, even though it's going to be me just standing there painting, might as well record myself doing it. There might be some people that find that interesting. Me personally, you know, it's just a man painting, but you know, yeah, if people want it, I can film myself painting. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, day two, and then I'll say goodbye and tell you hopefully when to expect my next video. Right, first, ignore my fingers. That's just me telling myself this is day two out of all my videos. Right. As you go in, you can already see we've been organising, and yes, it's a mess, but it's my mess. I know where things are. I will tidy up, but for now, it's not really a priority. As you can see, we put the baseboard on the other side there. It's been handy more just for anything as a work table, you know, just as anything goes. But yeah, I have moved the desks around. I've sorted out all the timber, everything, just organising everything basically, just to know what we've got, what we haven't got, what we need to buy, and yeah, just really organising more than anything else. You know, it's one thing cutting up the baseboards and screwing them down, but yeah, everything else still needs to happen, as you can see. So yeah, I plan to paint that wall at the back and go from there really, and tidy up. Alright, and that wraps it up. That was day 1 and 2 I'm having the weekend off. Then I plan to get back down there Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday I'm busy, Thursday, Friday I can get back down there and keep working and hopefully have some more to show for it. Painting is on the agenda, so maybe get some paint done. Tidy up as well, that definitely needs doing. Monday I could do that though. Get them tidy up on Monday. Tuesday maybe start painting, depending on if I see another project or another little thing that needs tweaking. Wednesday day off for hospital reasons, and then Thursday and Friday same again. Could get down there and paint, depending if it needs a second coat. If not, yeah, focus on building the model. Start to build it. Maybe put the boards up at the back where the back scene's actually going to be stuck on top, and all that lot. Draw up an idea of what's going to go where. Do the measurements, all of that lot. Just basically get to work on the model. So yeah, we will see. I can tell I've not been on the radio as much since COVID was a thing last year, because I've noticed in my videos I'm saying a lot more, and that's the one flaw that I wiped away when I started the radio. I remember when I first went on the radio, and my first recording ever had so many faults and so many hiccups in it, and then yeah, over the year of being on the radio, my later stuff, all those things were ironed out. But then you take a break because of COVID, and all of a sudden all these little problems, all these little flaws of yours, they return, and you have the likes of appearing when you're losing track of thought, because you haven't noted things down, you haven't got a script in front of you, or a program listing everything you've got to talk about or read off, or all those sorts of things. It don't matter. But anyway, yeah, we're talking about trains and where that's going. That is going ahead as far as I'm concerned, and like I said, you can expect another video, if all goes according to plan, in the week. Maybe Wednesday, because I won't actually be working on it, but I'll have time to put together the footage, just edit it together and make these videos. So maybe Wednesday, if not Friday. Once the week is done, I can just show you the progress I've made. So Wednesday or Friday. But anyway, thank you for watching. Take care.